How do you lose to the second lowest scoring team in the NHL again? They did it again. The Oilers lost to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and it was a fun game to watch, honestly, except for the first period. But going into the second period, things turned quickly. The Oilers were down 4-0. They pulled Campbell. Next thing you know, it's 4-4. Connor McDavid puts the team on his back again. And then we lose in the third period. And matinee games, once again, feel like a cursed game for the Edmonton Oilers. Welcome back to the day after reaction, by the way. Columbus Blue Jackets 6, Edmonton Oilers 5. I asked for your thoughts on Twitter, so let's get to your reactions from last night's game. Actually, yesterday's game. It wasn't a night game, so yesterday's game. Let's get to your responses. Evander Kane Revenge Tour says the team didn't show up. It's plain and simple. Defense coverage is blown. Campbell being brutal. McDavid is the only guy to show up for that game. Yeah, Fogle scored to get us back in it, but he was -4, not good enough. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Majority of the team was not good enough. McDavid, of course, had to go nuclear. Almost scores a hat trick. Beautiful goals here and there, but still not enough. And Campbell, I don't know what's going on with him. He had a great January, and then February's been kind of the opposite since the All-Star break. Scott says, Jack Campbell and Darnell Nurse both being paid 3 to 4 times what they're worth. I think it's a little harsh. Well, maybe. Darnell Nurse will never be worth what he's being paid. Maybe 7-6 million in my opinion. But yeah, not a pretty game from Darnell Nurse and Jack Campbell both. Jack Campbell, he's being paid what the average starter in the NHL is being paid apparently, which is around 5 million. Like, can you consider him a starter after games like that, right? That's the question Oilers fans are wondering. Just Jenny says, this is who we are. And I like that response because this is typical Oilers. To go from pummeling the Penguins to having that game against the Blue Jackets. And then Jason responds to her saying, this is true. I miss the 80s hockey where, I mean, yeah, it feels like 80s hockey with the Oilers at times with how many goals are being scored. But then you let in like 5 goals and it's like, can we play defense? Does defense exist with this organization? Does the thought process of defending mean anything? I don't know. Dad Batch, in my opinion, with a great analysis on how the Oilers defend and have defended throughout this season. A little bit too soft. The question is, how physical can you get in today's NHL? Like, people often say to take out McDavid, just hit him, take him down, easy, right? But maybe that's just not how the league is, and I don't know what the solution to that problem would be, but I do like your analysis there. Daryl Patan says goaltending was the issue, I've heard. Yes, goaltending, Jack Campbell was not good, but also on the other side, Korpisalo was keeping Columbus in the game. Like, he put up, 40 to 50 shots? I think the Oilers offensively did put up a decent effort, but defensively, we just let everything fold. Dog Person, I like what he said here. Some team styles don't match up well. Blue Jackets play confident against the Oil. They are sort of similar to the Minnesota Wild, a defensive-minded counterattack team feasting on neutral ice turnovers. That's true, and I've noticed that throughout the season where the Oilers will do super well against a team like the Penguins, for example, but then falter against the Minnesota Wild. Even the LA Kings give us a lot of problems with the way they play defensively. It's just, sometimes we play into other team styles, and that happens throughout the NHL. That happens to other teams. Just yesterday, the New York Rangers lost 6-2 to the Washington Capitals, a team with Igor Shesterkin. Shesterkin got pulled. Didn't he win the Vezina last year? So, like, these losses, these games do happen to other teams. It just seems like maybe we put such an emphasis on the Oilers and have our, eyes set on them that we tend to make it more of a big deal than it is. Is that fair to say? I don't know. I'm enjoying these responses, though. With that being said, the Edmonton Oilers take on the Boston Bruins tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. MST. It's going to be a fun game. I'm excited. It's going to be a measuring stick game, honestly. The Oilers tend to do better against better teams. So, yeah, thank you for tuning into the day after reaction. Myself, Waz. See you next time. Like, comment, and subscribe. Give us your thoughts from yesterday's game.